Del Orso.
It's got to go down the court.
3-point game.
Too far.
Here's Love for the tie. Oh!
He's got at least 2 dribbles, and there they are. Okay, we always say dribble per second and get it up. I thought they could have thrown it down the court, but hey, what do I know?
I asked you quickly, and obviously now it comes off as a second guess. But
they're a top 15 team right now. Now, they're not in the polls, but they are in every analytics. If you look at every analytic, Torvik, Ken Palm, Evan Mia, and it's really interesting. I'm gonna explain this. It's gonna sound harsh at first, but this was a case of addition by subtraction. They had high hopes for Mo Krivas, obviously 7'2" sophomore, and he would have been terrific. But when he got hurt, by necessity, they had to juggle that lineup. As you know, you've watched them.
Yeah.
And it's made the team tighter. There's less confusion about where Carter Bryant's going to play. He's playing mostly at the 4.
Yeah.
It meant that Toby Awaka had to step up. Vasar had to step into a role, the 7-footer, as you know. And I think Tommy did a masterful job. You know, they had a 13-point lead against UCLA in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And that game turned them around. I love their team, their backcourt. In the Big 12, there's some excellent backcourts. Iowa State, Houston, Baylor, this team. I think the Arizona backcourt is probably one of the top 10 in the country. Caleb Love is the home run hitter. He's going to hit 45 homers. He may hit 240 and strike out 200 times, but he's going to hit 45 homers. He did it the other night.
Yeah.
I like their team. I wish they had one more body, maybe one more scorer, but they're a team I think can get to the Sweet 16. I do.
Yeah.
I think they're going to, if they don't fall apart, I think they're going to be in the NCAA tournament. And, certainly at a year that started off and by the way, Jimmy ought to comment on this because he was with them.
Yep.
But I love where they've come from since November.
Yeah. Fran, I was just thinking that as you were talking, because I obviously I saw them 3 straight days in Atlantis, and I had a couple of conversations with Tommy about his team, and he kept saying, I just don't know. I don't know if we're gonna be able to put this thing together or not. And where they were in November, I left Atlantis thinking, man, they got a lot to figure out, And Fran knows it's not easy to turn your team around in the middle of the season. I know it was early in November, but you just got games coming at you. You're trying to figure your own team out. And to me, that's a sign of a guy that can really, really coach. You know, it wasn't smooth for them early.
Yeah.
They have figured out who they are. So I love their individual pieces. When I saw them in Atlantis, those pieces weren't fitting, but now they are. I'm with Fran. That's a Sweet 16 team if they stay healthy now going forward.
Iowa State, they're as tough as they come, and the thing that stood out to me in the arena, now it's McHale, so it's one of the 5 or 6 best places to play college basketball. The intensity level that Arizona played with that night was equal to Iowa State. That was palpable on the court. And so you got to take that intensity on the road, especially in leagues like the SEC, Big 10, and Big 12.
Yeah.
If they do that, they're going to have a very successful February. I thought their grittiness and toughness. And by the way, Tobe Awaka, I don't know how he played Jimmy in November, but Tommy challenged him, and he dominated that good Iowa State front line the other night, as you know, Bruce.